Hi, it's Autumn from Awakening the Artists, and today I wanted to take a little time and just explain our motivation for creativity together and sharing it, and how I really believe that it's a resource and a tool for ourselves as caregivers and for our children, especially our neurodivergent loved ones who benefit from additional ways to express themselves and their bottled up energy when language is obviously a tool they perhaps lack. So first, I want to explain that, I'm not an official artist. I don't have an art degree or anything. Everything I've learned has been through trial and error, or trial and experience, let's call it. Just diving in, just using my mind and my own creativity, and asking my son for his input and ideas. And so no one has to have any kind of official art training to do this kind of work. So I really want to lead with that because, it's an example. We're a model and example for others, and we're not the hierarchy in any sort of fashion. But what I've learned is that there's something really special and grounding about using symbols and colors and representing maybe nature in picture or designs, things that go beyond language. And there is some studying of the mind having different hemispheres, and they work in different ways, right? I also read a book that talks about how they work a lot more together than we presume. But one of the ideas is that sometimes parts of our brain are much more detailed focused and language oriented, and other parts of our brain are much more big picture and expansive. And so when you're doing art, you are activating the full brain. And I feel like that is such a wonderful regulating tool that we often forget. And I also love how my son and I can create something, and then I'll ask a reflection question and share your assessment of this piece. So whatever we kind of did in that more big picture right brain, we can also take it over and use the left brain processing and analyze it a little bit. And that's just like a real awesome balancing tool that the medium of art provides. I also love that there's so many different mediums, that if your child is not proficient with one, but they really gravitate towards another, you can kind of focus on the mediums that work for them and then slowly encourage and challenge them to expand, right? So I know in the beginning, my son would probably be using dot markers or some kind of washable paint. I was able to expand to brushes and acrylics and sponges and different things. And it was over a course of time, and there's no rush, and there's no end goal that you have to get to some other, end product. You could stay with acrylics or watercolors indefinitely and benefit just as much from other mediums. And so I also think something that my son hasn't done yet, but it's something that I could foresee in the future, are kids really needing something to regulate them and being able to say, hey, drawing lines right now would really help my eyes and my body regulate, or coloring circles would be really fun and really encourage me right now. And maybe there's something very specific that they've learned through all of our projects that they can request in a time of need. So we can kind of prepare for the acute times by doing it in a practice, right? This regulation idea of grabbing some materials and putting them on paper and channeling the energy through your hands in a productive fashion. And you always create something beautiful. That's also the one wonderful aspect of art. It's a creation. And then there's something to celebrate. Hang on your wall, gift someone, just, see your own progress or growth by assessing. So I really want to encourage you, if you're hesitant about art with your child and you're worried maybe about messes or anxiety about too many steps or whatever, you can totally modify it. Keep it simple. Do it in a space where messes are allowed, where there's not a lot of structure. You don't have to worry about those kind of things. You do it outside, right? When the weather is nice on the porch. Just start exploring, seeing it as a resource that might be untapped, that could really open up a world for your child. And we are here to support you, to celebrate you, to share some real concrete workshops and ideas, but also just encourage you that creativity is the way of the future. It's the way the new earth is going to be birthed. And why not jump in and be part of it in a way that really supports your nervous system? Thanks for being with me today, and I'll see you guys soon.